We've spent the past week breaking down morning rituals. We've covered it all: the delusional, the disciplined, and the dangerously overscheduled. But today's routine might be our favorite, because it doesn't come from a wellness influencer or a billionaire biohacker. It comes from a 94-year-old man worth over $150 billion who eats like a child yet still outlives CEOs on protein powder. Warren Buffett's morning is confusing, unless you understand what he's really doing. He wakes up around 6:45 a.m., no emails, no checking the iPhone. In fact, until recently, he still used a flip phone. Then it's out the door for a 5-minute drive, headed straight to McDonald's. Let's hear him out.
Good morning. Thank you for choosing McDonald's. Go ahead and order whenever you're ready.
I'll have a sausage McMuffin with egg and cheese.
Anything else?
That's it. Thank you. And I tell my wife, as I shave in the morning, I say either 261, 295, or 317. And she puts that amount in a little cup by me here, and that determines which of 3 breakfasts I get. Okay, 295. There's the two. When I'm not feeling quite so prosperous, I might go with the 261, which is 2 sausage patties, and then I put them together and pour myself a Coke. Hi, how are you? 317 is a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, but the market's down this morning, so I think I'll pass up the 317 and go with the 295.
Yes, the stock market literally decides his McMuffin every day. And instead of matcha or protein shakes, it's Coke, 5 cans a day, cherry or classic. He says his taste hasn't changed since age 6, and he's good with that.
Exactly what I like to eat. If I liked it on my 6th birthday, at my 6th birthday party when we had hot dogs and hamburgers and Coke and ice cream with chocolate, I still like it. And I don't care about anything subsequently. I discovered it all by the time I was 6. If somebody offered me a deal when I was 20 and said, you're going to live 1 year longer, instead of living to 88, you'll live to 89 or whatever it may be, if you eat nothing but broccoli and Brussels sprouts and onions and all these things, I just said, I'll take the last year off. It probably won't be that good anyway. So I'm not venturesome in that area.
He even checked the data. 6-year-olds have the lowest death rate. So in typical Buffett logic, why not eat like one? Because in his world, skipping fries for an extra year of life, that's just a bad investment, and weirdly, it seems to be working. By 9 a.m., he's in his modest Omaha office where he spends the next 5 to 6 hours doing this for the rest of the day.
Just read and read and read. I probably read 5 to 6 hours a day. I don't read as fast now as when I was younger, but I read 5 daily newspapers. I read a fair number of magazines. I read 10Ks. I read annual reports.
Don't get us wrong, reading is great, but no, Warren Buffett isn't exactly a blueprint for clean living. 5 Cokes a day is not doctor approved. Warren's morning isn't optimized. It's personalized, not to extend life, but to enjoy the one he's got. And weirdly, that joy might actually be doing both. His real play is emotional consistency. Every morning, he leans into something familiar, simple, his, because when something feels like you don't need willpower. You just do it. It protects his attention, preserves decision-making fuel, anchors his nervous system before the chaos starts. And this is where Die with Zero by Bill Perkins comes in. Because what Bill gets and Buffett embodies is that time isn't just something you spend, it's something you feel. Warren's routine isn't built for biohacking. It's built for happiness.
You're drinking a cherry Coke. How do you stay healthy?
Well, I think I stay healthy partly by being happy, actually. I think that I think it really helps if your stomach isn't grinding all the time and you're doing things you don't want to do.
He does everything wrong. But maybe happiness is the real health hack no one talks about. So here's your challenge. Use this week as a test. Pick one tiny ritual that feels unmistakably you. A ridiculous breakfast in moderation, a quirky playlist, or a 5-minute detour that makes no sense to anyone else. Do it on purpose, every morning. Not to fix yourself, but to find out what happens when you don't. Try it and drop us a comment if anything shifts. Or if your breakfast suddenly costs $3.17. If you want a smarter, more joyful way to spend time, the book is linked in the video description. And for more oddly effective routines, subscribe to the Happy Vault. Thanks for watching.